Leave Britney alone! Remember that guy? Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. At Green_Jericho is where you can find me on X, at JG Talk 2 on Instagram, and make sure you like and subscribe to this channel right here. So leave Bronny alone. That opening video was LeBron James confronting Stephen A. Smith for what? What could he possibly be confronting him for? Stephen A. Smith is a sports commentator. He talks about sports. Occasionally he delves into politics, but his claim to fame is sports talk. So if he was saying something that would cause LeBron to confront him, you would think it would be sports related, i.e. something that you shouldn't take that damn serious, homegirl. But she did. LeBronica James got all beside herself. You know how she is. You know how emotional she can be. Excuse me. How over emotional she could be. Shout out to Chuck Littleton, my man Blanche, Keisha King. Shout out to them all. They were nice enough. Keisha was nice enough to have me on her Sunday night show. Check that out. Shout out to Chad Jackson as well. But we were laughing at that. We were just laughing at, remember when LeBronica said that somebody came and spray painted the N-word on her house? And some of the things we were saying were, number one, how do you get in his neighborhood? I'm sure it's gated. I'm sure there's a guard. How do you get in there? How do you know which one is LeBron's house? How did you spray paint it without anybody catching you? How come when his staff allegedly called the police, why did they clean it up before the cops got there? Why would you call the police for a crime, a perceived crime, but then you clean up the evidence of the crime? You smell it? Smells like bullshit. But you know how she gets. You know how LeBronica will tweet things like, I don't know. Now I know what Emmett Till's mom felt like. I feel like if you say one of the dumb things LeBron said 3 times in a mirror, instead of Bloody Mary coming out, I think it'll just make you retarded. Like if you look into a mirror and say, black men are being hunted by the police, black men are being hunted by the police, black men are being, that's what's going to happen because he said that to you. You know how she is. You know how she gets. So Stephen A. Smith made a mistake. He made a mistake as a sports commentator, and he had the nerve to comment on sports. So here's what he said that set LeBronica off.
That was a phenomenal moment to see a father on the court with his son who has NBA aspirations playing together for the first time in NBA history. The Griffeys in baseball, Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. were in attendance for it. It was a special moment. My position has always been that should have been the only moment we saw Bronny James in a Lakers uniform this season because he's not ready. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be ready. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be an NBA player. I'm not here to tell you that he should give up his dreams and his aspirations. I think the kid's got potential. I think the kid will be in the NBA one day. I watched him in the G League doing this thing. I think he's going to be fine eventually. But that's not the case yet. And because it's not the case yet, and then you see some of these numbers, I do find myself looking at LeBron James instead of Bronny James. Because LeBron is the basketball savant. LeBron is one of the top 2 greatest players in the history of the game. LeBron has forgotten more basketball than most people would know. So no matter what we think about Bronny, he knows more. But you see what you see. Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. Ladies and gentlemen, he's averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He shot 1 for 16 from the field in his NBA career and 0 for 7 from three-point range.
Damn. A lot of zeros in there and not where you want the zeros. So he's shooting 0 point this and 0 point that and 0 for 7 from the field. And basically what Stephen A was saying was he's only here because of his father. Yeah, it's cool. You guys got to technically play in an NBA game together. The first time a father and son have played on the same team in professional basketball. Awesome. But then he should have been yanked off the court immediately after because he sucks on the NBA level. You heard him say on the G League, he's doing great. That's lesser competition. But at the top, the creme de la creme, he sucks. And he said that in a very nice way. He could have come out and said, hey, Bronny James, you suck. Because it's all about expectation. He has LeBron James blood coursing through his veins. He's one of the best basketball players ever. So, of course, his son's going to be great. Michael Jordan's son's over there saying, I don't know about that. Michael Jordan's son sucks. How is that? Two of the greatest basketball players, one of them the greatest, Jordan, don't be stupid. The greatest basketball player we've ever seen, and both of their kids suck at the family business. But that's all Stephen A. Smith said. He said, look, man, one day it'll be great. Cool, you guys had your moment, but your son is not ready. And he's saying, LeBron, you're the basketball genius. You should know better. But of course, his judgment is clouded because it's his son. And it's obvious by the way he reacted. How are you going to approach another grown man who's talking sports shit and your son plays the sport? And you hear dumbasses in the comments. I swear, if you have hope for humanity, stay out of the comment section because it'll make you think that 98% of America is stupid. These people are saying, oh, man, how can you say that against LeBron? He's being a father. He's protecting his son. So what if he's an adult? He's protecting his son. Proud Papa Bear. Shut up. I hope you all get vasectomies and hysterectomies and you don't reproduce if you're that stupid. Bronny James is like 19 or 20 years old. He's a grown man. He can go off and fight in a war by himself if he wants to without his daddy following him around. So because a sports commentator is respectful in their critique of your son, which is true, if you have a functioning ocular stems, you can see that on the NBA level, LeBron James Jr. sucks. But LeBronica, you know how she is. She gets all emotional. She starts talking about shit she shouldn't talk about. And you approach another grown man about your son's performance in basketball. Are you stupid, LeBron? I know, don't say it. We know. I thought you said something mean about Junior. What's wrong with you? Such an over-emotional chick. Don't say anything. Walk past him if you want to, but you're going to stop and say, hey, watch that shit, bro. Keep my son's name out your mouth, bro. How does that saying go? You can take them out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. LeBron hasn't lived in Akron, Ohio in over 20 years. Maybe he visits there occasionally for a tax write-off, to run some camp or hand out some turkeys or open up a school that Cleveland ends up paying for that doesn't educate anyone. But he hasn't lived there 20 years. When did he come in the league? 2003? That's 22 years ago. LeBron James been riding in Rolls Royces and Maybachs and Lamborghinis for the last 20-some years. He's been the upper crust of society. Taking vacations here. His house looks insane with or without the N-word on the gate. He's worth over $500 million. What kind of life do you think he's living? Do you think LeBron flies commercial? Nope. The best of the best in life. The best material things that life can offer. The best education, the best nutrition, the best home, the best travel, the best security, the best city, best. And you still roll up on Stephen A. Smith Like he was Chris Rock about to announce who won an Oscar. Keep my son's name out your mouth, bro. Don't pull that shit, bro. What shit? Saying the truth? Maybe you should have spent more time with him teaching him basketball. How does LeBron James' kid suck at basketball? How does that happen? I know you have the trainers. I know he had the nutritionists and all this kind of shit in the best camps. He played in the AAU league bullshit. Maybe that is bullshit. Because if the AAU couldn't make LeBron James' kid ready for the NBA, shit. Like Antonio Banderas said when Selma Hayek gave him a glass of hot water to drink in Desperado. Hey, shit. What are you talking about, dog? So is it nature or nurture? Because Bronny James has 50% of the second best, third best basketball player's DNA coursing through his veins, and he sucks in the NBA. So maybe it's nurture, maybe it's hard work, maybe it's dedication and determination, no matter what you have in your DNA. I don't know. But it sure didn't shake out for Bronny. But I think LeBron James, LEBRONICA, lives up to her name. She's an over-emotional female who cannot check herself before she wrecks herself. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, how much hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, no matter how many gold toilets you take a shit in, how many butlers are waiting at the bottom of the staircase. Oh, another lovely day, sir. Doesn't matter the best schools, the best food, the best this, the best that. If you're a ghetto hood rat on the inside, you will always be a ghetto hood rat. LeBron, you suck. What do you think? Meet me in the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, I was about to get out of here. Before I do, let me show you Stephen A. Smith's reply to what LeBron did, his response to what LeBron did. This is some more weak shit.
That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. By all accounts, he's obviously a wonderful family man and a wonderful father who cares very, very deeply about his son. And based on some of the comments that he had heard, or shall I say, I think he thought he heard, he clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it. For the record, his agent and friend, Rich Paul, has my number. Maverick Carter, who works under him, has my number. LeBron James knows how to get in contact with me if he wanted to. He never called, because had he called and wanted to talk to me, I would have accepted that call. Had he wanted to see me, I would have flown out and I would have seen him and I would have had a conversation man to man. But that is not what he elected to do. Instead, he elected to confront me while I was sitting courtside. Ari Emanuel, the head of William Morris Endeavor, one of the agencies that represents me, along with Larry David, was sitting courtside. I was with them for the game. And he walked right up to me and he said what he had to say. And apparently he feels like I was slighting his son.
Boo, Stephen A. Smith. Boo. Don't give me that, oh, that wasn't a basketball player. That was a father. Bullshit. Then your father should have the ability to contain and control his emotions like I hope he showed you growing up as his son. But instead, he put on his hoop earrings, put some Vaseline on his face, and he about to drag this hoe on the courtside at a LA Lakers game. What a ghetto-ass dummy. And Stephen A. Smith, oh, that was a father. Oh, he wouldn't try. I understand he cares deeply for his son. Yeah, most parents do. But you let LeBron slide. I don't know if the powers that be at the NBA gave you a call or the powers that be at ESPN gave you a call, or let's be honest, the ultimate boss, China, who owns them all. I don't know if China, you've got a red China phone in your office too. Hello, Stephen A. Smith. I hear you talk about LeBron James. You don't talk about him like that. He's our number one. He good boy. He do whatever I tell him. When I call, he pick up phone and do what China says. So you go on TV, call him good father, and be scared. Act like LeBron James intimidate you. Goodbye. Basically what he did. Buster, what do you think? Meet me in the comments. How did Stephen A. handle it? Do you think he should have been a little more feisty with his comments, or you think he handled it well? And he was the picture of professionalism. Do you think LeBronica James is an over-emotional young lady like I think? I don't know. But you know how we end these videos with a little bit of good gun, where I highlight a story where an American flexed her Second Amendment muscle and gave the bad guys exactly what they deserve. But before I go, remember this. Leave Bronny alone.
Leave Britney alone.
Rue Bay police really have been tight-lipped about this investigation that went on pretty much all day behind me inside this house. It was a long investigation. The shooting happened around noon, and the scene didn't clear until about 9 o'clock. What we do know, one man died in this home today. The owner of this home off of Northwest 71st Street and 5th Place told police he shot and killed a man because he was protecting his house.
Just after 12 noon today, our officers responded to a homicide investigation at 7020 Northwest 5th Place in reference to a male shot.
The alleged burglar was dead at the scene. According to the homeowner's girlfriend, who didn't want to be on camera, he shot the man he believed was trying to burglarize the house.
At this moment, what we do know is the alleged victim stated that his home was possibly being burglarized, at which point in time, shots were fired.
Juan Morales lives in the neighborhood. He had been waiting all day to get back into his home, but police blocked off the area. He said the man who shot the gun is a calm guy, and he doesn't know how this happened. Even scarier, the homeowner's girlfriend says he was home with his 3-year-old child.